What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, you guys. It is day 10 of the 12 days of Vlogmas. We are winding down slowly but surely, you guys. It has been an arduous process, but I have to say I have been excited to do it every day. I have been excited to read your comments. I have been excited to provide you guys with content. And I hope that you guys enjoyed all 12 days of the Vlogmas. For all of the YouTube sisters that participated in it, I hope you guys watched their videos, thumbs up their videos, shared their videos, and expressed how much you appreciate them continuing to bring you really, really great content out there. Okay, you guys, before we get too deep into all of this appreciation, let's talk about what we're here to talk about today, which is Demetria Lucas doily. Now, for those of you who do not know who Demetria Lucas doily is, she was one of the cast members on Bravo's Blood, Sweat, and Heels, which was on, I think, for 2 or 3 seasons. The last season that it was on, the ratings weren't outstanding, so it was kind of iffy if it was going to come back for the next season. Unfortunately, we lost one of our favorite cast members, which was Daisy Llewellyn, to a rare form of cancer, and that sort of put the kibosh on the show altogether. But Demetria Lucas doily is a person that I discovered when I started watching Blood, Sweat, and Heels. She's a life coach and a relationship expert. She has written 2 books. One is called Don't Waste Your Pretty, and the other one is called A Belle in Brooklyn. They're both very, very good books. Demetria Lucas doily made me fall in love with natural hair. Even though when I started watching the show, I already had my natural hair. I had already made the big chop and had gone completely natural at the time that the show came on. Just the way she embraced her hair just made me feel that much more comfortable about being a plus size sister with natural hair. Demetria Lucas doily made me fall in love with Prince. Before I started watching Blood, Sweat, and Heels, I always wore solid colors, blacks, browns, and she was very well known on the show and everywhere for wearing beautiful, beautiful prints. And she really just made me fall in love with Prince. And so now everywhere I go, everything I do, I look for prints and textures. Who in the hell wants to be plain, right? But I had noticed for some time that Demetria had not been wearing her wedding ring. She has a very successful YouTube channel where she does show reviews. She does Being Mary Jane. She does Queen Sugar. Really good job with that show. Underground, R.I.P. She does of Netflix's remake of She's Gotta Have It. She's a really, really good I think interviewer. She's a really great writer, which you will see in a moment, and she just to me seems like a very well-rounded individual. And for me, she comes across as someone who is relatable in terms of being a sister and a professional woman in this world, navigating it. She has some really, really great opinions. If you guys do not follow Demetria Lucas doily on Instagram, go out there and follow her. She is not afraid to weigh in with what I consider to be very good commentary and a very balanced opinion on things. So yeah, needless to say, she's one of my favorite people. But like I said, I had checked out the fact that she hasn't been wearing her ring for a while, and I just waited to see what was coming of that, because I know for a minute there was like a hashtag Meet the Doilies on Instagram where you could go out and you could see the pictures of them traveling and just doing things that young couples do. I had stopped seeing that hashtag being dropped on some things that she was putting out there on Instagram. Again, I had not seen the ring, so I was just waiting to see what was going on. And I'm going through Instagram, and what do I see but a beautifully written post where Demetria comes clean about why she is not wearing her ring. So let me just read to you what she wrote, and then I'll give you my opinion on the situation. She says, I left my husband. That's why I don't wear my ring. I woke up on my birthday in July, and instead of celebrating, I was thinking of ways to die. Our marriage has been in shambles for nearly a year. I think it's tacky to drag a partner or spouse publicly, so that's all I have to say about that. He didn't beat me. I only mention that because a surprising number of people have asked, and upon hearing he didn't, have encouraged me to work it out. Apparently, being beat on is the only acceptable reason to leave your husband. So what if a woman is perpetually unhappy? Keeping a husband is far more important than that. I choose life. I'm glad I did. I've been working on getting to happy. It's been hard. I've been consumed with shame, embarrassment, insecurity, and fear over the last 5 months. I've been told that having a husband validated me, that he gave me credibility, and I will be nothing without him. I've been told no one will want me. I've been told my career as a life coach, dating and relationship expert, and author is over. Maybe if I had been in a better place, I would have believed those things. I wouldn't have believed those things. I am in a better place now. I decide not to be held hostage by fear and shame or hurt and regret and anything else that keeps me from living my best life. I decided not to waste my pretty. I go out and I dress up and I smile despite what I am going through. I chant the lyrics to Anthony Brown's Worth on the treadmill. I have a therapist. I read a lot of autobiographies and self-help books. On days I don't feel good enough, I celebrate someone who I think is. I have friends who ask, "You okay, sis?" Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There are days I still pull my truck over in the emergency lane and cry. I wish our marriage could have lasted. To do so would have required me to suffer in silence indefinitely. I tried and failed at that too. I don't know what all the lessons in this are yet, but I am actively trying to discover them. One thing I've relearned is the truth of my grandmother's words, just keep going. My world imploded and I faced all my worst fears at once. What I thought would destroy me did not. I am grateful. Hashtag don't waste your pretty. So again, a very well written piece. Another great well written piece by Demetria Lucas doily, and my heart really kind of goes out to her because I can tell that it was an issue for her to leave the situation and now to live with it. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about when I talked about the 3 things that people ask you around the holidays that drive you crazy. I think it was my 2nd or 3rd Vlogmas for the 12 days of Vlogmas. It kind of goes back to that. There is this level of expectation to get married, to stay married, to sweat it out no matter what. This idea that having a piece of man, and I'm not saying that's what Greg Doily was. I think he was a good guy. He just maybe wasn't the right guy for her. Again, we don't know all the details, but my mom used to say a piece of man for some women is better than no man at all. So there is this pressure to sort of settle for what is less than what you want in this world, because you know a good man is hard to find, as opposed to embracing or encouraging women to embrace being happy instead of trying to force them in this place. Now, I don't think she was forced to marry him, but I'm pretty sure she probably had some sense of pressure around getting married and being married. You know, no single woman in this world, white, black, doesn't feel those pressures, because again, being a woman who is chose by a man, and you know, he wants to marry her and be with her forever and take care of her, and I'm using my quote fingers here, it's supposed to be a very coveted place to be. And when you're a woman of a certain age and you're not married, you're considered less than. There's something wrong with you if you are not married. But here we have a woman who very well rounded, very well educated. She's with a man who was very well rounded, very educated, and still it wasn't what she needed. It wasn't something that was, maybe it was in the beginning, but at some point it stopped being happy for her and started being unhappy, you know. So then what do? You know, I applaud her for speaking out. People, I'm sure, were asking left and right, and she just spit it out. Instead of hiding it, instead of being snippy, she just told her story. This is what happened, this is what it is, and I'm dealing with it. And I applaud her for that. I applaud any woman who says, this is the standard, this is what I'm not gonna do. And if it means that I don't have these things, children or a husband or a particular job with a corner office or whatever, then so be it. But I choose first to be happy. And I think that should come first. You cannot make anyone else happy if you yourself are in fact not happy. And that is just the way that it is. I don't know why some people work things out or appear to work things out, and some people just call it quits. I pray for Demetria Lucas Doily and Greg Doily. I hope that both separately and together they can work things out in terms of just being okay with what is, you know. And I encourage everyone out there within the sound of my voice who are married, if you're married and in a relationship and you love your mate, embrace it, become that. Work on it every day. Work on you every day. If you are a single woman or a single man and you don't have anyone right now, deal with that. Work on that. Be happy in that place. My daddy says, till the soil that you are on. But don't let anyone or any type of traditional rhetoric force you into something that is not going to last, or force you to stay in something and you'd rather die than be in it. Okay, so that's all I got for you guys, my honeybees today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Tell me what you think about this. Did you guys see this on Instagram? Do you guys know who Demetria Lucas Doily is? Demetria Lucas Doily is. Let me know what you think down below. Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Out.